same old place, sweet home, Chicago. Come on,
Welcome
baby, don't you want
to the Neighborhood Pulse. The Neighborhood Pulse is the real estate show designed for real estate professionals. It talks all about real estate business, how to maximize your career, because wherever you are in life, Kevin, you know, you never forget the neighborhood. Hear it from the professionals. Kevin Callback from Realty Executive Cornerstones. You know what? This is a wonderful show. Today is now the right time to get into this business. And of course, we got to give a shout out to our good friends over at Mobile Accounting Inc. They'll bring your tax to you. Show up at your business. You don't have to go anywhere. Give them a call, 224-321-6859, or check them out at www.mobile.tax. Excellent with real estate professionals and their tax needs. Kevin, how are you, man? Did you have a good 4th?
Hey, man. Yeah, 4th was great. The weather was perfect. The people came. The people were out celebrating, happy to be out there. The fireworks shows we went to were jam packed. I mean, people are getting back to life for really. Right?
You a big fireworks guy?
Not so much, but but I do like carnival food. You know, you get the ear of corn.
Ear of corn.
Yes.
Your
funnel cakes. Right.
And here's the amazing thing too, is they have the largest pickles I've ever seen.
Where do they grow those?
I don't know.
Next to a radiation plant or something. I think.
Right. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, but yeah, I don't know what steroids they're putting in those things, but this
something, right? Yeah, they're amazingly big. And then of course, you can never run away from a good funnel cake.
This is true. Funnel cakes are delicious. It's yeah. So we went there for the food. The fireworks happened to occur, but yeah, it was good. It was good. Hung with the kids, you know, being with families, what it's all about. Family and friends, and it's you know, in real estate it's the same thing about creating places for people that are home that they can share with family, friends, and someplace they feel safe, right?
That's it.
And I know my dog does not feel safe in the house when fireworks are going off. She freaks out and is all upset, but
so true.
You know,
what kind of dog?
Australian Shepherd.
Yeah, see, so she probably enjoys Australia.
Yeah,
Freedom Day, not necessarily America's. So
that's true.
If it was an American Shepherd, maybe.
That's right. She was AKC registered American Kennel Club.
Oh, really? Nice.
She might like America too. I don't
That's
know.
right. You never know.
Anyway,
Anyway,
there we have it. So here we are today. Today we're talking. We met with here's Jordan Parker with Realty Executives Cornerstone.
Jordan.
Here she is. Joining us again. She joined us today. I think it was her second day on the bed job. I was here, so we've had a little bit of time to kind of move along a little bit, and make some progresses, get a deal done, and you know, so things are really going well. And we are looking at you know, as she's coming into the business, and I see some people leaving the business. They're like, you know what, shifting market, I'm done. I don't want to fight. And we see other people coming in and getting ready to gear up to pursue that real estate career. Real estate careers, no matter when you start, are tough. You know, whether it's during a pandemic or it's after the pandemic, or you're in a shifting market, because there's things you have to do, and there's things that happen in real estate. And just like when you go to college, right? You go to college, you go for a 2-year degree or a 4-year degree or master's, bachelor, whatever the case is.
Doctorate.
Yeah. So and you can get your doctorate in real estate if you so choose. But, you know, people go to college to get an education so they can get out of school and start a job in that field, typically. A lot of people just do something totally different, but it's another story, Josh, right? If you're listening. So there we go. So, so when real estate, it's kind of a similar thing as you come to work, but it's really like college. It's like an internship. It's like it's this learning process, and you're really not good at it for a minimum 6 months is when you really start catching on. A year, you're doing pretty well, and I say by 2-3 years before you really grasp what's going on entirely, and still have a ton. Real estate is a lifetime profession, you know, so you're a lifetime learner in real estate. I mean, you get your buyer's certificate, you get your seller's certificate, you can get your relocation, your military, your senior, your negotiations. I mean, there's just the CRS. There's just so much education you can take in so many classes. And I think it's so important as you're getting into real estate to understand that you've got to tackle those things and get that education, because that's what people are hiring you for. And that's why you're called a professional. You're a professional because you know what you're talking about, you know what you're doing, and you're going to help them get through the other side without getting a black eye. And that is always good. Nobody likes a black eye. But
Right.
yeah, so that's where we're at. So getting trained and getting out there and knowing what you need to do. If you're coming into real estate now, Jordan, you came in. So has your view of real estate from when you were taking the class till now changed at all? About the pursuits, the challenges, how lucrative. I mean, just anything that has changed since you.
Right. So when I was taking the course, I definitely, I expected to have to put some work in. Like I knew
Sure.
real estate was not an easy industry
Yep.
to get into. But that's definitely like an understatement. There was just so much to learn.
There is. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot to take in. It honestly is.
It is, yeah, and that's and you've been taking it in stride and
Yeah.
learning well, so it's fantastic. But there is so much to learn, and the expenses, I think people don't understand those either. Is you pay to go to college, and you pay to go to real estate. You take the class, you pay for the class, and then you pay your boards, and then you pay maybe your corporate fee, and maybe you pay the MLS, and
Yeah,
so,
it's definitely nothing I was not expecting.
right, exactly. So in our area, just to stay afloat, I would say it's about $500 a month just to hold your license in an office with your MLS, your board, your office, whatever the case may be. And then there's other expenses along the way because you have to have a computer. So if you didn't have one or you had one that was kind of clunky and old, you want something a little higher speed. Maybe a laptop might be in order, right? So it's mobile. You can bring it with you to appointments. You can bring it with you to your office. You can have it in your car. You at the kids' ball game or whatever the case is. Somebody says, I'm looking for a house. You're like, here's my laptop. What are you looking for? Right. So it always business cards, you got to hand your business cards out to everybody, So there's definitely some expenses that as you're getting into the real estate world, you may not grasp or see what those challenges are. Did you have any big surprises as you got into real estate? Anything that was like, I had no idea about that, or something that's like, oh, okay, I get it, but I wasn't anticipating it. Anything like that?
It's a good
I
question.
would say the amount of hours.
The amount of hours, yeah.
That are put in. Like just seeing you and like you work at all hours of the day.
On occasion I do, yes.
Yes. So I would just probably say, I know it was time consuming, but you really just have to, I don't know, say like jump on the things like with the fly of it,
Right.
There's a lot of things that just pop up like, oh, want to do a showing an hour? Sure. Like, hey, let's go do it. So there's a lot of like unexpected things that pop up with real estate.
Absolutely. And I would say one of the biggest things is when people start real estate like yourself, is you have to have some sort of income, because even if you sold a house today, it might not close for 45, 60 days, right? So can you go a month and a half or 2 months with no income? And that's very challenging for anybody I know. I mean, unless you're right out of high school and, wet behind the ears, maybe you can do it that way. But yourself, you're blessed. You have a child, you're raising a family, at home and stuff. So that's tough too. So you got family, and then you've got work, and then you've got real estate, and prioritizing those is obviously tough. And knowing what you can and can't do with the time you have available is also tough. So business planning is important, and we've been working on that as well. So if you're thinking about getting into real estate and you're wondering, yep, great time to get into real estate and make a ton of cash, you are. It's going to take a little bit. You got some things to do to get there, right? You got to talk to your lenders, like Kent Jones here from McHenry Saving Banks. He's a great guy to tap into because he's got a lot of resources. What are some questions new guys should be asking lenders, or should they even seek out lenders when they're first starting?
Realtors?
Oh, yeah.
I think it has to be part of your business plan.
Mm-hmm.
There are a ton of lenders out there, but I think the biggest question would be, how are you as a lender going to help me expand my business?
Yeah, Absolutely.
Right. So as we say that, there are a lot of quote unquote online lenders out there. So there's a lot of banks that you just apply online and you never talk to anybody. Right. And next thing you know, you're at a loan closing.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Which is wonderful. However, as you know, Kevin, there are opportunities for co-marketing, co-branding.
Oh yeah.
There are ways to leverage certain aspects of somebody else's pocket to help your business.
Sure.
So if you have a lender who's willing to help you expand your business and grow your business, then I think that's worth its weight in gold. If you don't,
right,
then you're just sometimes wait. Who can you partner with? I guess it would be might be a better way.
Yeah.
So if I pick on a big, we'll just say I won't mention any names. Let's just say a really big lender, and maybe they own a ballpark or something, right? They put their name on a stadium or something. What are they doing to help you expand your business as a sole proprietor?
Absolutely. Yep. And we were talking about that in the green room too. I'm glad you mentioned that. Is that when you get into real estate, you are not an employee. You are not, you are a entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You're a business owner. You own your own business. So when you're looking at real estate and you say, okay, I'm going to get into real estate. I'm going to work for Joe Blow and we're going to do business and I'm going to get a paycheck every 2 weeks and such. Is you're not. You own your own business. You will have errors and omission for you. We're going to make sure that your car insurance is rated for business. So if you get an accident while doing real estate, you're covered. And there's a lot of other things that you'll need to have. You buy your own clothes, you get your own business cards, you get your own. Now, some brokerages will provide that for you and some of them won't. So it's important to evaluate, who can help you best. But going back to partnering with lenders, I think you're right. I think who's going to help you grow your business. And you also need to talk to a few lenders to see what they offer. Some people can give a loan at 580. Some people, their minimum credit score is 620. Where's the down payment assistance? Do you do it? What is that? I'm drawing a blank here. Not the FHA 203K.
Yeah.
Do they do the construction loan? What is out there and how they're going to help you with clients that call you up and say, I want to buy a house. My credit score is a little beat up.
Yeah.
And when you find out it's 500, you go, got it. Well, I got a lender like Ken Jones that will help you fix that. He's going to give you some tips. Write a letter, pay something off. Don't pay something off. There's a lot of different things.
I think too, not just on the lender side of things, but as you're building your real estate business, you got to look at them as starting pitchers, relief pitchers, and or first string quarterback, second string quarterback, third string quarterback.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, whether it's a landscaper, whether it's a painter, a roofer, something like that, I think you have to build your business around at least three strings. So talking with lenders, you're going to have your go-to. Yep. And they're going to specialize in what you said, certain things, and you've got a good relationship with them. Well, if that one doesn't work, then we got to bring in the second stringer,
right?
And then the third, and the other is to just communicate that. Kevin, you and I have done business a long time together, and I tell people, I said, listen, if I'm in a referral group or something like that, I go, I'll gladly do business with you. I'll help you out any way that we can, but where do I rank as far as your
preferred lender?
My first, second, third string. So if I'm a third string, then I know how much do I have to put into this? Right. And I won't get mad or bent out of shape if I'm the third string and I don't get a lot of deals from you.
Right.
But if I come in thinking, Jordan, that I'm your first string, I'm really your third, I'd be like, man, Jordan doesn't send me anything. Right. Well, there's a reason, because you've got a first, second string, person.
Right. Yeah. You can even take that another step further. Is there's certain lenders that are better at different things.
Absolutely.
Right? So like Phil Sweeney's my VA guy.
Oh, best in the business. Yeah.
Anything veteran related, it is Phil Sweeney. I mean, the guy lives.
We've had him on the show in the past. Yeah. Fantastic guy. Yep.
And if you have a disability rating, he knows how to get you through it, get you registered, make sure you're taken care of, explains that you're going to pay a year of taxes, you know, because some guys forget that and they don't calculate that in. It becomes a problem. But Phil Sweeney's my VA guy, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
we've got some brokers that just do certain things.
Mhm.
Home State Bank, for the longest time, wouldn't touch anybody under like a 670 or something
Yeah.
like that. And I stopped using them entirely because I'm like, I got people that are broken.
Yeah.
So you got to pick a lender that works, right? But they have changed their model. So.
Yeah, and as I tell people, I've shared with the board of directors where I work is, we're the specialty people. If it can't get done, I can probably get it done.
That's right. That's right.
And sometimes that's a hindrance because I don't get the easy funnel cake with all the frosting on it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. They had them the other day with chocolate on it.
Oh man. But I might get we scraped this all out of the grease. And
right.
It is a funnel cake. It just doesn't look like a funnel cake.
Right, yeah, here's all the toaster leavings, right? All
Yeah,
the burnt pieces.
exactly. Exactly. But the huge thing with, is this the right time to get into the business? I like what you're saying, and yes, it is, because it's not easy.
It's not easy.
Yeah,
it's not easy, and that's why we have Jordan here today to tell you, hey, it's great. She's doing wonderful. She's going to be super successful, but it's a little more challenging than you might think.
Mm-hmm.
And you're coming in with your rosy colored glasses. I don't want you to come in and then get disappointed and then not be out of the business. 80% of the people that get into the business don't make it 2 years.
Yeah.
And there's reasons for that. One of them I would say is discipline, right?
Mm-hmm.
Discipline is making sure that you're doing what you need to do every day to be successful. If you're not picking up the phone, you're not going to be successful. If you're not studying the market, you're not going to be successful. Right. There are certain things you need to do, and you need to balance that. Like we had talked about with work and kids and the whole 9 yards, just life in general, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now summertime, people are coming from out of the country, out of the state and stuff. I know you got some friends coming in, which is always exciting, and you got to make time for those folks. People are important in your life, and business always comes second to family and friends, and I do believe that. So discipline is very important, and it's hard to stay disciplined, especially in a business that you can work from home.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about that. Working from home for you, as you were saying, it worked out pretty good because you came up with a system, right?
Yes.
Kind of a plan, which is really nice.
For me, it was, my work hours in the past, the bank is open from, I can get in from 8 to 5.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe stay till 6 because the drive-through is open till 6. But then you're done. Being able to work from home, I had to create a home office. I had to create a dedicated space. And when I was working at the dining room table, I didn't feel like I was working. So when I created a dedicated office in the house, now that's my workspace. I go in there. That's where I work.
That's the way to do it.
And that helps the family understand that too. It's like, oh, Dad's up in his office. Okay. And it helps. And the other is to understand that it's going to take 60 hours a week, 50 to 60 hours a week to be successful. But they don't all have to be 8 to 5.
Right. Yep.
Those hours don't have to be 8 to 5. It means that I can get together with some folks from church for coffee, from 8 to 9 in the morning, maybe. But I know that I'm going to be ending up spending time working from 10 to 11 p.m. on something,
That's right.
So
that's right. Yeah. I mean, paperwork has to get done, and it doesn't necessarily need to be done by 5 o'clock at night, but it does need to get done.
Yeah.
Right? It needs to be completed. And I think that's very important. There's discipline. In addition to discipline, I think being wise about the money you spend in real estate. If you want to be rich, don't be a realtor. Be the guy who sells stuff to realtors. Realtors will buy just about anything. Only one deal I have to close, and this will be great, awesome one. Well, next thing you know, you got to close 40 deals for all the stuff you bought.
Yeah. Well, I think as an entrepreneur, and you've talked about this in your past, is your business plan, and where does that sit? We're not trying to poo-poo people or scare people. We're saying this isn't an ATM. You can't just plug in and get cash out.
Right.
It's a business, and it can be very lucrative, and you can be very, very successful and have a very, very comfortable life. Same thing on the mortgage business side.
Sure.
But it's not I just rolled up to the cash station. It's going to spit money
That's
at
right.
me.
That's it. Yeah, the lap of luxury, right?
Yeah.
The lap of luxury.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I hope people aren't taking it as
Yeah, no.
don't get in. It's one of those, hey, come on in, but
sometimes truth, especially if you land in a large national company, okay,
sure,
it's all unicorns, rainbows, and pots of gold,
right?
Absolutely, hands down, okay,
right.
And then you get in there and you're like, wait, this isn't quite all unicorns, rainbows, pots of gold,
right?
But you promised me the world. Well, yeah, but you still had to work, right? And I think a lot of people who jump into this business get in with the big nationwide companies,
sure.
And there's a lot of expense and there's a lot of things in there, and they have systems designed to help you win. But if you don't work those systems,
right? Yeah, it's true.
Then it's tough.
And yeah, it's easy to get caught up in that.
Yeah.
Because they had a lot of promises, right?
That's right.
Those promises come with some expense.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Whether it's time, money, energy, whatever the case is, there's always an expense. But being successful is an expense, I suppose, right?
Well, yeah.
And it's a commitment. And, we talk about business plans, right? We've mentioned that a couple of times now. And we've talked about it previously, is that business plan. Me and Jordan, we talked a little bit about business plans just the other day. And we said, used to be 100 dials would get you a lead potential deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since this work at home has happened and so many people have been in real estate and such, it's 165 dials to get a deal or something.
Yeah.
So we said, okay. So let's use an example of if you wanted to sell a house a month, right? So you'd have to dial 165 dials a month, which comes out to 42-ish dials a week, which comes out to 6 a day, which when you break it down that way, it doesn't seem so bad.
Not so bad.
So then you say, well, shoot, if I want to make, so your average sale price is 300, right? And you get this much money. How much money do you need to make? Maybe you do 2 houses. You make 12 calls a day, right? So it's knowing what those numbers are and being able to stick with them, be able to handle rejection.
Yeah.
But having that business plan of saying, how much do I need to make? What would I need to do to make that money? And then how do I get to that goal?
So a quick question, Jordan, is this. Think of who one of your closest, dearest friends are that's going to college.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right. What are they going to school for? To learn what degree are they hoping to get?
Well, my girlfriend Nell, she's actually over in Poland right now. She's hoping to be a doctor. So
Okay.
That's what she's doing. Yeah.
Okay. So here's the interesting thing.
Mm-hmm.
She's on a deferred debt to get that doctoral degree.
Mm-hmm.
To her, it's going to be worth, I'm going to say $500,000, because I know somebody who's going through medical school right now. $500,000 to get that white coat and stethoscope. Okay. However, they look at it as, well, I've got to put in 12 years. 12 years.
12 years, yeah.
$500,000 in debt to come out to be a doctor. So as you've approached this, is your career where, I'll be honest with you, you can probably make more than a doctor as a realtor. Is your career worth 12 years and $500,000? So in 12 years, you're going to be 30 something, right? And if you're making doctor money in that time, would that 12 years working in this profession be worth it for you?
I think it just depends on the person.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely think it depends on the person. Like Nell, that's her path. That's what she wants to do. With me in real estate, I was so attracted to it because I saw, okay, like I can get this course done in 6 months compared to a college course.
Right.
It is a lot less expensive, you know, And then I wanted to start younger just so that by the time I am 30, hey, I already have 10 years in the business,
Yes.
So
Brilliant.
I definitely just think that depends on the person.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, and that to get into this business is the right time is now, because Kevin, you've been in it a long time. It's cyclical.
Yeah.
We just came off the tidal wave.
Yep.
And now
That's right.
now we're standing on the beach going, huh?
That's right.
Where'd the water go?
That's it. Yeah.
But now we got to start paddling. So I think it's brilliant. That's a for all the people out there, the new people in this industry. When I say new, inside their first 2 years, that's a brilliant laser focused way to look at it, because you're right. And Kevin and I can tell you that 10 years goes by in a blink of an eye.
Yeah. Right.
I
I still feel like I'm 20, so but I'm not.
Well, you look 18, Kevin.
That's right. I don't look at a day over 90.
Right. So, and that's the interesting thing is, and I think in our industry, in real estate, that sell isn't there. I take a look at somebody like Kevin, who's got 15, 20 years into the business, and go, man, he makes it easy. This guy drive, and I look at it, oh yeah, he makes this easy. I can take a look on the other side. We've had Michael Tobin on.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And we've had Brian Schwartz on, and these guys have 20 years in the business as well,
Sure.
lending. Yeah. And I look at them and go,
Right.
These guys make it easy.
Right. Right.
No, they paid their dues.
Oh yeah.
To where at the 10-year mark, maybe they were still paying dues, but they were comfortable. And so you look at sometimes those, especially when you're an entrepreneur doing what you're doing, and go, it's not that easy for me, Kevin. Your phone's ringing.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Mine's not ringing yet. Well, it wasn't ringing in your first 6 months either, probably.
Yeah. No, absolutely not. Yeah, we'd be like sitting at the office and be all right. And a guy get a phone call, and a guy on the other end is like, "Hey, I want to sell my house. Can you come by and list it?" I'm like, "Wow, like I want that."
Yeah.
How'd you get that? What do you got? Who do you got to pay to do that? And you got to pay your dues.
Yep.
And that's what it was.
That was back in the day
whenever saying, "Hey, I got to sell my house. Come on over."
Yeah, that was back when the NMLS was on a 3-ring binder.
It was in a phone book.
Yeah, the MLS, right?
Coming up, they get your CRT screen, and you have to learn all the codes like MRT.
Yeah.
SFH. I don't know, like
Yeah.
stuff crazy.
So how do you, in the real estate industry, how do you say I'm successful? What is success? So Jordan, to you, brand new, what is success?
That's a good question.
Right?
What
Because
is
now I'll
success?
pick on you because she's an athlete, right? I've
Yeah,
seen her
she is,
play.
yep.
She's an athlete. So success was always winning the game,
Mhm.
right? Right. We always felt good about that.
Yep.
But I mean, is success to you in your first, and let's just say your first 12 months. So let's set it into your first 12 months. Success to you is what in your first 12 months? We've stumped her.
You did. Like, I really have to think about this question. That's a really good question. Goodness, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and these are good things to ask, because you can have great success and lose a game.
Mhm.
Hey man, I scored 40 points. I feel good. Life's good. And we lost the game by 10.
Right.
So whoops,
Right.
I lost the game, but it was successful for me. I got my name in the paper, got a picture in the paper. Things
My best
were good.
points ever, right?
Yeah, one of my best games. And I just got done with my first year with the company I'm at. Right. So
Okay.
I've been in the game a long time, but I'm in a new position, and I met with my boss, the CEO of the company today, and he's like, "Where are you at?" He wanted to know.
Right.
And I said, if I were to give myself a grade like school, I'd give myself a C. He said, I'm not happy with where I'm at. There's room for improvement, this, that, and third, but we did see some success in some areas.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I said, I'm always going to be my hardest critic, but we've had some success in these areas. and I fell short in these areas. So I think it's important as an entrepreneur is you have to define what success is in like every 12 months or whatever the case may be, or every 6 months or every month, if you want to break it down to just 6 calls a day.
Sure.
So if I can understand that, right. So a lot of things start spinning through my head as I prepare to give him my business plan for the second half of this year.
Right. Yeah. Mid-year. Right.
And say, this is how we need to attack it. And then because he's going to go to the board of directors and say, well, this is what the head of the department is saying.
Right.
You know, so he says, I can have you come and talk to them if you want. That's why I need this. Oh, right.
Score.
Right. So it's a neat thing. And as an entrepreneur, what is successful? Take a look at this radio station. My definition of success has changed over the last 4 years.
Sure.
And now looking at some things, my definition has changed again.
Right.
And how do you make that as an entrepreneur in your first 12 months? You know, Kevin, you're an entrepreneur. So in this year, what's success to you?
Right. Yeah. Success is continuing to get those referrals from friends and family that still trust you with their business. Right.
Yeah.
And they have a certain number of those every year, and to build the majority of your business just on referrals. That's success, is when you can run your business without having to hustle systems, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're just keeping in touch with people that you know, like, and trust, people that you've had a great time with and a great rapport. Is a success for me, you know. And I think it's important, and I love what you said, is you have to know what your best is and what's yours, because people are too many times comparing themselves to others.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he sold 20 houses and I only sold 12. Hey, that's your first year. That's great. That's a win for you. That is fantastic. Was that your business plan? Was that your goal? Yeah, you did it.
Here's what I would say. And you want to feel that, of course, on the 27th, the HRO's got the volleyball day, the annual volleyball tournament.
Yep.
And this is where this is one of my most favorite days, because there's a lot of people that I know, like and trust and love, that go to this thing, and it's an incredible event that the Heartland Realtor Organization puts on. But you have somebody who's like comes in with a Superman on their chest, and she's feeling good about herself, and you got somebody else over here who's not feeling good about herself, that did 3 times what Superman did. And then they start talking, and you see Superman start to button his shirt back up, like, oh, geez. It's cool. If you're not afraid to just sit and talk with somebody from just in the industry, it's just cool, because you pick up ideas and you're around successful people. Absolutely. And like I said, you may come in flexing like, look at me, and then somebody else is like, oh yeah, I did that last month. What? Last month?
Yeah, and it's, you know, but stick to your successes and don't compare.
Right.
Like going to the gym,
right?
You go, I don't like going. I just heard somebody say this recently. I don't like going to the gym because there's all these buff guys standing around. I said, well, they didn't start out that way.
Yeah.
They had goals, and don't compare yourself to them, because you're not them. It's your own personal bests.
Yeah. So like my daughter, she's in school to be an EMT. So it's worth this much money and time for her to become an EMT. You played against her in basketball in high school, but she could score. She never wanted to. Her goal and passion was just tenacious defense and irritating the opponent.
That's right.
Right. And she was strong, and that's what she loved to do. So success for her was, no, I don't need to score. I need to shut that girl down.
Right. That's right.
Right. And she played, and they always put her on, usually the best person, because she was just tenacious. And, you know, and it irritated a lot of the best scorers in the area, because she was just, that was her goal. It was like, I just want to shut you down. You know? And so success to her was something different than what success to another person is. So,
yeah. Let's build on that HRO. is go to your board. Now here at Heartland, we have that jump start. So you
Mhm.
met some
Yeah,
new
that's
agents
great.
and you get to learn about RPAC, which is amazing. If you don't know about it, look into it. You should be donating. RPAC, and you learn about safety, and there's a lot to learn there, and you get to meld with other people.
Mhm.
But the other thing I would say is go to your Heartland board and see what committee you can get on.
Yeah.
And the people that are sitting on those committees are usually people that have been in the business for a little bit. It's not the new guys. So be a new guy, go in there and start learning from the best right away. Learn how the business is run, learn the code of ethics, learn the jargon, and start learning from it. They have so many stories and so many people here at Heartland anyway, and love to share how you can be successful. They're not afraid to help you be successful.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic.
And we've had Jim on, and Jim Heisler,
Jim Heisler,
and, fantastic guy too, with a passion to teach and help people win. Which is great. Is it the right time to get into the business? What do you say? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think this is the best time to get in. Right now is the time to get in. So some people got in and business was big. Boom, 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 and they're performing business before they know what they're doing. They're creating issues for themselves. They're creating unhappy moments. And some do great, but if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get in trouble, right?
Yeah.
This is a great opportunity to get in, still be successful, still a lot of business out there, but learn it the right way and do it right from the start, so you don't get into bad habits and you don't get too busy and you don't start tripping over yourself and others. And it's going to help you build those relationships a lot stronger too.
Yeah.
Because your reputation is going to be better as you deal with other agents. And are knowledgeable, and that you care about not only your client, but you care about everybody in the transaction.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the key.
That's a big key.
Relationships with everybody. So.
Yeah.
Right. Would you say now's a good time to get in the business?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what being a new agent, what's your number one focus and goal right now? To get your business up off the launch pad?
I would just say just learning everything, learning all the systems in place, Yeah, I would say that there's just a lot more that I need to, get down pat.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be comfortable with everything. I want to be confident with everything before I start going out and talking with clients. So
now, for those of you listening out there, I want to tell you this. I had the opportunity to sit at an open house with Jordan.
Yeah.
And I was freaking out because I showed up and there were people standing in the yard. I was like, I don't know if she's here. She was actually knocking on doors, talking with neighbors, letting them know about the open house, introducing herself. And I was blown away. I was like, man, because I look and go, would I have done that? At 21, 22 years old? Hell no. I'd just be honest with you.
Right.
Nope. Right. I would have put my sign in. Here I am. Come on in. Right.
House, yep.
So just, your, the discipline and focus that I see from you just in the short time that and the short interactions we've had is your career is limitless because you're doing things that a rookie doesn't normally do.
Right. That's true. Beck. And it's true. And when I was her age, I was not doing that.
No.
Like, nope, not gonna do that. We'll have an open house though, but
right,
it's crazy.
Right. So
now,
I mean,
you got to do that step above, right?
Yeah. And I think for people out there listening, and and if you're thinking about hooking up with realtors, I mean that's dedication right there.
Yeah.
To let people know what's going on, what's happening, and do you know people? And I mean, to me, hats off to you. Is awesome, and it's those little things. See, that to me is success.
Yeah,
if you want to, if I was you, that would be a success to me, and I'd go home, high five my wife, and be like, "All right, so yeah, we had an open house, and I walked around and talked to people, and people didn't poo me or go get out of here."
That's right.
Yeah.
The seller said, I told her what you had done, and she says, "I've never had anybody knock on my door ever to tell me there's an open house in the area. Never."
Yeah.
She said, "Do you guys do that?" And I said, "We do now."
We sure do.
Sure do. But yeah,
Right.
they were impressed. So not only that,
Yeah.
but now your client feels good about working with you too, right? They see you go that extra mile, that extra steps. The turnout wasn't as good as we had hoped. It was great.
Yeah.
We always want more. I guess that's the
Always.
thing. You gotta remember what's the success there. You know, we had people come by that was success. Did we sell it that day? No.
It's like kids being upset at Halloween. I didn't get enough candy. What? You got a bag full.
That's right.
Cost you nothing.
That's right.
I wanted more.
Yep. And watch out for the people that are saying, yeah, I went trick or treating and I got 3 bags of candy.
Right.
The other guys got 6 bags of candy.
That's right.
So don't look at other people's stories that disappoint you or make you feel bad about yourself. You know, just grow from those experiences because there's a lot to learn from a lot of different people. We're all in the same business. Let's help each other.
Yeah.
Let's be the best we can be. Share your lead sources. Share your success with other people. Share what's working.
Absolutely.
There's more than enough business to go around for those who are seeking it.
Yeah.
And that's a fact. I mean, if people are sitting at home, they're obviously not going to get it.
That's
but
the fact.
they
Jack.
might if they've been there doing it for a while. Hello.
It's awesome.
It is exciting stuff, and I'm excited. As people come into the business, like we said, now is a great time to get in. And I think some of the things you need to do are interview brokerages, see what they have to offer. You know, what is your split? What is the training? What is the commitment? What is
What's the
what
cost
are
of
they
doing business?
offering? What's the cost of doing business, right?
Yep.
And what do they have to offer for that cost? And the second thing is talk to lenders. You know, so lenders that Jordan was telling me, a lender reached out to me and a title agent reached out to me. I says, you are going to be the most popular person
That's right.
around here for a while because they want to get to know you. They want to know how they can help your business, how you can help their business, and build that relationship to be successful together.
Yep.
And some can help you and some can't. And just knowing the difference of what's out there and available is super important.
Yeah.
So interview those folks, get involved with your local board, and have tenacious. Just be tenacious in what you do and seek it and fire it up and realize that a doctor goes to school for 12 years to become a doctor.
Yeah.
And a realtor goes to school for a lifetime because we never learn it all.
Right.
Same thing with doctors. I mean, they're always learning. They're
Continuing
practicing
education.
medicine, right?
Yeah. Continue.
But
Right.
you cannot practice real estate. You have to do it.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's it. And right now, to your point, is you can wade into the water. You're not being thrown into the deep end. And what I mean by that is right now you've got the ability to learn rather than be like, oh man. And we'll see. And I've seen it in the past when the market has shifted and rates have risen and things like that, that people get out. You make a call maybe to that lender. Oh yeah, no, I'm a manager at Taco Bell now.
That's right.
What? Right. So you find those partners, and if it's a true business and it's a true entrepreneurial, we talked about this in the green room before the show, is we used to look for salespeople. It's not a sales position. It's a business.
Right.
We're looking for business owners.
Yep.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurs and business owners. Yep. Because that's what it is. Essentially, you own your own business and you'll manage it the way you see fit, and that will determine your success or failure.
Yeah, you get to go to your 5-year class reunion or a 10-year class reunion and say, I'm a successful business owner. And people are like, well, I just got out of school. I got 18 student loans that I have to pay off. And I've got 6 jobs.
That's it. By the time Jordan's 40, I want to have her own 3 houses. 3 houses.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
That'd
it.
be
Sounds good to me.
That's right.
Have her face on the side of her car.
That's based on that's it. Yeah, that's
I mean, a mural, not
A
like
mural.
somebody hit her.
yeah. I get that rewrapped. Rewrap. That's it. But yeah, now's a great time to get in the business. We totally think do it right. Make sure you watch where you're stepping as you're going through the minefield here.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be just fine. You're gonna be just fine. More than enough business for everybody. And we'd love to help you with whatever you got going. So
is now the best time to get into the business? The answer is unequivocally,
yep. Come on
the
in.
best time to get into this
Best
business. That's it.
That's right. Bring on in. Come on in.
Nice.
Well, that's it. Well, happy Friday, folks. Good seeing you, Mr. Jones.
Freedom
Good seeing
Friday.
You, Ms. Parker. Thanks for coming.
Thanks
Freedom
for having
Friday. Yeah, Freedom Friday. Break the chains that bind you, whatever they may be.
That's it.
That's what I like to say.
There we go.
There we go. Again,
Beautiful.
my friend.
Oh, yeah. Let's get a little music there. We'll play us out, Sammy.
There you go.
Hey, for all of us here at 216 Net, thanks for getting caught in the net. This has been the Neighborhood Pulse, the real estate show for real estate professionals with Kevin Callback from
Realty Executives Cornerstone.
and today Jordan from. There you go. And of course, thank you to our good friends at Mobile Accounting Inc. 224-321-6859. Hey, come back at 3 for In the Know with Steph and Joe.
6 and 3 9. 99 is 18. Put that brother baby on. I'll see what I